What's up, Scorpio? Welcome to your reading. Let's hop right in. So, we are in Libra season, which is the season of relationships and partnerships. So, collectively, we are all dealing with and facing relationship stuff, whether it's your intimate relationships, your relationships with your family, your friends, your work, whatever. All of that is very much on the table, especially with all of this retrograde going on, especially the Mercury retrograde, which is in Libra at this time. So don't be surprised if this month brings you certain challenges or brings things to awareness this month in terms of your relationships that need to be addressed, because that's definitely what happens whenever Mercury is retrograde in a specific sign. Now, along with the Mercury retrograde, a lot of planets were retrograde. We had Pluto, Saturn, Jupiter, and Mercury, but this is a month where everything is going to start to flow a little bit more. So where things have been a little bit stuck, a little bit stagnant, not really moving, where we've maybe been a little bit clueless on certain things, needed a little bit more answers, a little bit more information. That's what this month will bring to you as these signs or as these planets start going direct. Pluto went direct on the 6th. Saturn went direct on the 11th, and Mercury and Jupiter both go direct on the 18th. So that's really, really good. Also, Mars will be moving to Scorpio on the 30th, which is great. Mars is your original ruler, right? Before we knew that Pluto existed. And so the thing is, Mars was in Libra, and that's really at its detriment. It's like its opposite sign. It's not comfortable there. It really kind of takes the fight out of most things, where in Scorpio, it's very, very comfortable there. So this will be really, really good in terms of getting up, going, having the drive and, the desire to really get things pushing and get things going. So again, if things have been stagnant for you, this is going to be really good on the 30th when Mars goes into Scorpio and things start to turn, stuff starts to move, things get a little bit easier in that regard. Now, you guys have an Ace of Pentacles that's sitting at the bottom of the deck, which is the unseen energy, which is great. It's my favorite ace because it doesn't matter if we're talking about money or love or whatever. We know that it's something that's here built to last, right? It's something that is building towards legacy. Pentacles are very slow energy, but they're very solid energy. They're, there is no asking if you can depend on them. A pentacle is always dependable, which I love. So I love the Ace of Pentacles for you because this lets me know that there's something that's coming into your life that's pretty solid, something that you can really grow on, something that can really build towards legacy for you, which is really, really great. Now, you've got 3 major arcana. You've got the Moon, you've got the Hierophant, and you've got the Emperor, which is really interesting. Again, with all these retrogrades, there is a lot of unknown factors. And then even the fact that we'll be going into your season soon, that brings like another level of unknown. I feel like Scorpio season almost feels like one big ass retrograde in itself, just because it is the season of death and rebirth. It is the season of transformation. So there is kind of like this unknown of like how things are going to turn out and what's going to happen, right? There is, because it's literally the middle of like this transformational time. So these next couple months will be really, really interesting for you guys. I think you're in a good place though. You've got the Hierophant and the 7 of Swords. So Hierophant is connected to Taurus energy. 7 of Swords is air energy, very much about, well, if we're looking at the original depictions or the original meanings of a 7 of Swords energy, it usually has something to do with hiding something, hiding some type of truth, some type of communication, not being upfront, maybe being sneaky, being a liar, that type of thing. But it also has a lot to do with strategy. We talk about the Hierophant card. Yes, it's connected to Taurus energy, but it has a lot to do with community. It has a lot to do with, spirituality and mentors and teachers and your tribe and all of those things. And I think that you guys being in your 12th house energy right now, there's a lot of that going on in terms of, where do I belong? What do I want? Like 12th house energy, I feel like the month before our birthday is a time that a lot of us do a lot of evaluating and kind of take stock of, okay, so I've done this for the last year. What is this next year going to bring to me? And I feel like that's where you guys are at, right? A lot of you guys are out to set new plans, do new things. A lot of you guys are wanting to travel more. A lot of you guys are wanting to explore in terms of your spirituality. A lot of you guys are wanting to explore in terms of just where you belong. I do love the Three of Wands that's clarifying it, because this is about waiting for your ships to sell in. This does kind of imply that you've already made certain plans and you're just waiting for that takeoff moment. And I think for a lot of you guys, this has a lot to do with where you belong, because there's something about where you guys are right now that you feel like just is not working for you emotionally. You got the Eight of Cups here, which Eight of Cups talks about kind of distancing yourself from something emotionally. So whether it's a person, a habit, a thing, whatever it is, there's kind of like, yo, put some space between you and that thing, right? And it's usually something that you've worked really, really hard at or cared about for quite a long time or put time and attention into, right? So, also there may be some questioning. If you guys are dealing with definitely a Taurus, but just an earth sign in general, you got the King of Pentacles here. So Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, some of you guys might be also questioning where this is going, because we got this the King of Pentacles that's clarifying the Seven of Swords. Now, in my experience, King of Pentacles is a very dependable king, right? He's very honest. He's like the best husband and the best dad and the best provider. He's someone who is very honorable and traditional and low-key and laid back and like all these great things, and he's abundant. I feel like this is either pulling some things in terms of like you guys in terms of your workspace. So this could either be like you guys questioning things with a boss or a provider of your home in some sort. This could be something with your father. This could be something, it feels like there's some type of authority figure where there might be things that are unclear that you're trying to get to the bottom of. Some of you guys, this has everything to do with separating from something that's toxic for you. So like a job that's not working out for you, there's no fulfillment there. You're not happy there. There's sneaky things maybe going on in the background there. And I think that's what that Three of Wands is poking out in terms of wanting to move on to something else. Some of you guys are also just in a very like general way, like wanting to clear certain things out. Like you guys are manifesting the partner that you want and the life that you want and the things that you want. And that does require a little bit of strategy with that Seven of Swords for you, right? So I do think there's a true like, where's my tribe? Where am I going? What is it that I really want? Like what I really want outside of what I've been taught to want, outside of what I've been expected to want, all those things. You guys are really kind of on this journey that's really, really empowering, because even though you may find some friction along the way, it's also helping you to refine exactly what it is that you're wanting. Now you got the Page of Wands here in the past with the Ten of Cups. Ten of Swords. Some of you guys may have been dealing with a fire sign in the past, especially if it's a fire sign that's younger, maybe someone who's a little bit more immature. But this also has to do with travel. This also has to do with exploration. It feels like there's been a halt on something. Now you got the King of Wands here too. So it almost feels like there's been a stop to a relationship. Some of you guys may have started something with a fire sign individual, or someone who's just like really fun and spunky, kind of brings out that childhood nature, in you. It feels like things may have ended, but with things ending, it feels like it's kind of helped you to focus more on what you actually need to be focusing on. It's made you be more aware of your priorities at this moment, because I almost feel like while you guys were having fun in this situation or this person, there were things that you were letting go that you know full well that you should have been paying attention to, or maybe being up on game on, whatever it is. There's things that you were basically sacrificing what was important to you overall, to be in this space with this thing. So this is really, really good. It's that's put things in perspective. And once you guys have done that, we've got the Ace of Wands with the Sun card. So you've got two aces. You've got the Ace of Pentacles and Ace of Wands. So I do feel like this has a lot to do with business for some of you guys. Pentacles and Wands are both very much connected to career and money and all that. But we are seeing a lot of fire here, so maybe you guys might even be connecting to a fire sign, especially if it is a Leo. You also have an Emperor here, which we'll get into in a second. So Leo, Aries, could be Sag, but what you guys have up ahead is exciting. It's fun. It's like there's new opportunities that you're really passionate about. I feel like you guys have come out of something where you've been feeling kind of dull and just going about things very nonchalant, but there's something that sparks something back in you, which is really, really great. And I think it's something that you've been feeling like you've been missing. We talk about the sun, we talk about yeses, we talk about things opening up, doors opening up, we talk about passion, we talk about family, we talk about overcoming shit, success, victory, overcoming the hurdles. We talk about Ace of Wands, we're talking about that spark of inspiration. We're talking about that passion. So you guys have some really exciting things for you in the future coming up here, and it may be coming out of nowhere because you do have the Tower card here, and this is about unexpected change, swift, unexpected change, things that come out of nowhere. And sometimes people think that they're bad, but a lot of times they could be happy little surprises. I just think that by you guys putting your priorities in place and in check, I think you guys, again, had fun for a little while, but I think there came a real point where it's like, okay, I gotta be real about this. And I gotta make the best decision I can about this. Now, you got the Queen of Swords here. She's the heartbreak queen. She's the queen that's very upfront. She cuts out all the BS. She is honest. She is wise through her experiences, right? And although she's kind, she's not someone you can walk over. She's not someone who is going to stand for lies and all of that. And the Hangman is clarifying. So that's Pisces energy. Now, Hangman energy is all about that surrendering, needing to look at things from a different perspective, right? You see how he's flipped on his head. That's in order to look at things from a different perspective. And I love the Hangman because even if you are at a place where you're lost and not knowing where things are, where things have been feeling stagnant and stuck, right? The Sun card is right behind him. If he were to just find a way to turn around, it's right there. And you guys have the Sun. So you guys are right on track, exactly where you need to be. Again, I do feel like there was a level of cutting things out that sparked this new inspiration. Ace of Wands, you got Ace of Wands twice. So it feels like there was some handling of priorities that happened. And I could see that happening too, because look, Venus was just in your sign. Venus went finally into Sagittarius on the 7th. But when Venus is in your sign, you are on fire. People are literally noticing you. You get a lot of attention. And sometimes when we get a lot of attention, especially that kind of attention, if you're not careful, it can distract you. And you know what I mean? It can kind of take you off your path for a little bit. So it's important. I feel like a lot of you guys have blocked out some of these distractions. Ooh, in the moon. Na. Some of you guys are connected to a Pisces. You got the moon and you got the Hangman, both Pisces. You got the Queen of Swords with that Hangman. So this could even be about communication with the Pisces, especially if you guys have been on the rocks or needing to figure out what the next step is of where you're going. Now you got the Lovers that's clarifying the moon. I do love that. Moon card is mysterious. It's very much an energy of we don't have all the facts. We don't quite know where we're going. We just don't really know, right? There's a lot of unseen here. But you got the Lovers card, which talks about a choice as well. So some of you guys, this may be needing to make a choice between an old lover and a new one, between a Pisces and a fire sign, possibly. There's some decisions that need to be made in love. I don't know that you guys know at this moment what you want to do, but I will say you got the Judgment card. It's really up to you. The decision comes down to you. Judgment card is about second chances as well. This is about the ability to have a second chance. So again, this could be between old and new lovers, something like that. But for some of you, it almost feels like a situation where you could have let's say you broke up with someone and then you met someone else in the interim. You had some fun with them. You feel like though this will only go to a certain point, and then here comes the ex back into the life type thing. I don't know, it's very tricky. And for some of you guys, I mean, it's going to be different for everybody. This is general reading. But there's definitely a decision in love that needs to happen. And definitely a point in, especially the beginning of this month where, I don't even know if you know what you want to do, Scorpio. But there will be communication that's had with this Queen of Swords, which is beautiful. And I think that will bring you clarity. If you can, I would wait till Honestly, I would wait to your season to like make any like finite decisions on relationships. We are Mercury retrograde. Yes, does go direct on the 18th, but then we've still got that shadow phase. So I would just like give it up, I would just give it some time. I would give October the time it needs to get the details and do whatever it's doing. Now you got the Emperor and the Queen of Wands here, which both of these speak loud Aries energy to me. So you've got Aries energy that's really prominent here. You've got Leo energy. You've got a lot of Pisces energy. Something's going on up in the mix. If you have any of these in your chart, then maybe watch those signs because it could have to do with that too. But Aries is the boss. Emperor is the boss. They are authority. They are father. They are, they're on their shit. So in terms of work, I do feel like, again, you got those two aces, Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Wands, and another Ace of Wands came out. I do feel like you guys are going more in the direction of what you are desiring, which is really, really beautiful. Because that's what the Queen of Wands does. She doesn't do anything she's not passionate about. She's found a way, like she's that girl who's found a way to monetize on her passion projects, right? She's found a way to make the things that she loves her actual career. And so I think that you guys, if you're not already there, you're definitely headed in that direction. Let's say you've already done that and you've already there. Maybe this is a time where you were feeling a little indifferent about your business, right? Especially if things have been stagnant or a little bit slow. But I do feel like there is a boost. I do feel like there's a pickup. I do feel like there's new inspiration and new ways to bring in money. Now, you've got focus on your priorities, which we talk about priorities. It says, where you put your focus is where you receive your outcome. Your priorities are calling to you, which may produce a feeling of anxiety unless you give them time and attention they and you deserve. Even a small amount of time devoted to your priorities will help you feel better and more confident. Loves it. You've also got let go of guilt, which says, when you allow your light to shine brightly, you inspire others. Forgive yourself for what you think you've done or not done, and trust that God loves you unconditionally for who you are. Learn and grow from past mistakes instead of berating yourself for them. Loves this. Okay? And then you also got, this could be the one, but which one? Because y'all got options. It says you've already met the romantic partner you seek. So if any of you guys need a confirmation on that, it looks like your partner's already in your line of sight in some type of a way. So I love you guys. I hope that this was helpful, and I will talk to you soon. And happy birthday to you, October Scorpios. Okay? I love you guys. Talk to you later. Bye.